Patient care experience that does not require certification or any experience. How do you get your PCE job, your first PCE job, when you have no certification and zero experience? Because a lot of them are requiring these things, so how do you get your first one? How do you do that? You do it by applying to the few jobs that do not require a certification, or the requirement is kind of like a soft requirement where they would prefer it, but it's not a hard requirement. So, jobs like this might include, first and foremost, medical scribe. Scribe America, any of those big scribing companies, or your local urgent care chain, or a number of other practices, a lot of times will not require any sort of certification, and they will train you to be a scribe, especially if you're like a college student, bio major, have had medical terminology, you show promise, they will train you if they really need somebody. Another one is certified nurse aide. No, you do not always need a certification. The senior home will train you, and a lot of times actually give you the certification. And then, of course, if those two are not options, you could do a medical assistant. A lot of times they'll quote unquote require certified medical assistant, and there are courses for that. But if they want you, if they really need somebody, they will train somebody with no experience to be a medical assistant. Places like urgent care is notorious for having high turnover. They will train somebody with no prior medical experience to be a medical assistant, which is a little bit scary, but that is the fact if that's something that you need. Another place, a big primary care office, even like a smaller local primary care office, specialty clinics, that kind of a thing. If they need a medical assistant, they will be willing to train. A lot of times they might even say, we'll pay for your certified medical assistant course, or they'll say they will and then they never do, and then you just end up working as a medical assistant. Ask me how I know, right? So those are all options. So to make things easy on yourself, you could start going with bigger institutions such as a nursing home, such as a large urgent care chain, or a scribing company. You can apply to all of those. If that doesn't work out, you got to pound the pavement like every other job seeker. Ask, call every medical office, specialty or not, every medical office, urgent care, primary care, within a 10-mile radius of where you live. Say, hey, are you hiring scribes or medical assistants, and are you willing to train? I'm really motivated to get into the medical field. No, I don't have any experience, but these are my attributes. I would love to be trained if you are willing to train somebody for a medical assistant or a scribe position. Yeah, you'll probably get 40 no's before you get a yes, but then that 40th one, or sometimes the very first one, will be a yes. Or at least they'll have further questions, which will kind of give you a wedge, a little foot in the door where you could possibly get that job. So, applying to bigger institutions like Scribe America or your local urgent care chain or something would probably be the most likely. But, if you pound the pavement, you certainly could find a really good position. And sometimes these positions are kind of like a diamond in the rough. Like, you don't really expect it, and then it ends up being the best job you've ever had.